Hey y'all, this is Dietra D here for another episode of the Dietra D Show. Let me apologize in advance. My voice is a little hoarse, so it might go in and out. And I also want to apologize for the long hiatus. I think it's been about 2 weeks since my last episode. But I have been so busy and just catching up on my sleep where I could get it. But anyway, we are going to get into this latest episode. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably going to step on some toes. But hey, y'all will be okay. Now, I did a previous episode. It was a 2-part episode months ago on racism. And with this latest garbage that has been released on the black community, and I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about, especially us folks here in Houston, the Ashley Gonzalez incident, former HPD officer Ashley Gonzalez that just was so happy to let black people know how much she absolutely could not stand us. I mean, she took such glee in it. I mean, she was just so happy to get that off of her chest, and she said it with her whole chest, how much she can't stand black people, how she just loves arresting black people and whatever other bullshit she said in that video, because I didn't even bother looking at the whole video, because I really try on a daily basis to stay positive. I try my best. God knows I do. I try my best not to let any kind of poison or negativity enter into my spirit. But unfortunately, with the kind of world that we live in here in 2026, every so often, you have to hear, you have to see, you have to deal with nonsense. And so that's what this episode is going to be about. And to be more specific, the title is The Latino Community's Hatred for Black People. And like I said a few minutes ago, it's going to step on some toes, but oh well. My podcast is about honesty and transparency. At 53 years old, I really have no patience for bullshit and people playing in our faces. Excuse me. Now, I rarely go on social media, but I've been on social media a little more than usual lately, and I've been seeing so many comments, a few positive, but unfortunately I'm not pleased to say that I saw a lot of negative comments. A lot of Latinos were like, I support Ashley Gonzalez. Yay for Ashley Gonzalez, and other nonsense like that. And there were a few comments sprinkled in from Latinos saying, well, don't lump all of us in together. All of us are not like Ashley Gonzalez. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's probably true. You're going to have to forgive me. I became a little jaded with the Latino community over the last 6 years. And this is coming from somebody that when I grew up, especially during my high school days, most of my friends were Latinos, Mexicans, Cubans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. And I mentioned it on my last episode that I did on racism months ago, We had such a good time together. I just don't recall seeing this kind of hatred from the Latino community when I was growing up. I don't know if it was just hidden, or maybe God just blessed me not to come across any Latinos like that. I don't know. All I know is that it pains me to say that I have gotten a little bit jaded. I can admit that. I've gotten a little bit jaded over these last 6-7 years. And it's because of the environment that I worked in. I used to be in law enforcement. And I'm not going to say the precinct. It's located downtown. So there's your clue. If you know, you know. And I'm pretty sure you guys know. Anywho, moving on. I worked in law enforcement for 6 years. And if it had not been such a toxic work environment, I would probably still be there. But it was a blessing in disguise. I left that job in 2024. And it was one of the best decisions that I ever made. That environment was so toxic, you could cut it with a knife. And what made it worse, not only were a lot of the Latinos in that environment racist, and they went out of their way to get their black co-workers in trouble. And I can say that because I experienced it personally. Now, were all of the Latinos at the job like that? No. I was lucky to meet some and befriend some very nice Latino deputies. Very nice. Would go out of their way to help anybody. But unfortunately, the department that I worked in, man, if I tell you those Latinos were off the chain with their hatred toward black people, that would be an understatement. And again, I'm speaking from my own personal experience. They went out of their way to get us. And when I say us, I'm talking about black people. They went out of their way every chance they got to get us in trouble with the bosses. And the funny thing about it is they would go to the bosses and tattletale on us doing something. And a lot of them were doing the same things, but they would go and tell on the black people. And what made it worse is that you had some black people down there that enabled their behavior. And my fellow sisters, the good ones like me, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure you've worked with some like that. I don't even have to go into too much detail because, like I say, you already know. We've all experienced it. And I told this story again on the last episode on racism that I did. I told this story about how I got promoted over this Latino guy. And he worked overtime, harassing me and trying to get under my skin. Even called himself going to try to attack me. And oh gosh, man, if he had laid a finger on me, I would have filed the biggest lawsuit. I almost wish he had touched me. But no, seriously. He called himself, I guess he was going to come in the office. I don't know. He was probably going to come in there to cuss me out or probably try to intimidate me. But the office was set up where I was at one desk and our, what was he? He wasn't a lieutenant at that time. He was a sergeant. So when you came into the door, you could see me sitting at the desk, but the other desk in the office was out of sight. So he didn't know that our huge sergeant, who was an ex-football player, he didn't know that he was in the office with me. So, yeah, if you want to hear that story, just go back to my old episode that I did on racism. That was a 2-parter. But anyway, getting back to Miss Ashley Gonzalez and her saying with her whole chest on social media how she couldn't stand black people and dropping the N-word left and right. Yeah, it pains me again that I've gotten jaded. And I understand. I understand that it's not all Latinos, but I'm sorry, it's a lot. It is. It's a lot. And instead of coming into black people's comments on social media, y'all talking to the Latino community, you need to go and check the bad ones. You need to go and check the bad Latino, your bad Latino brothers and sisters that are out here dropping the N-word, talking about how much they can't stand black people. Y'all need to go and check them instead of coming to us telling us that it's not all of y'all. You don't have to say that. Just go and get your racist brothers and sisters in check. And I know some of y'all that are going to hear this episode, you're probably going to get mad, but I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm speaking from personal experiences and what I went through. And they were so disrespectful. And like I say, what made it so much worse is that you had a bunch of self-hating, boot-licking black people, including some of the bosses, that enabled their behavior. I don't know if they were scared that they were going to get accused of being racist towards the Latino employees or what. I don't know what it was. All I know is that some of our bosses, black women, enabled their behavior when they should have been putting a stop to it. And like I say, they were going and telling on us for doing stuff, a lot of the stuff that they were doing. Some of the Latino chicks was having sex with other co-workers on the job. Just all kind of stuff. And I go back and I remember how so many Latinos were on social media, all over social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, just everywhere, talking about why wasn't the black community helping them when Trump got back in office and he started deporting a whole bunch of Latino. Y'all got mad because black people weren't doing anything. Okay, so which one is it? So many of y'all are so happy to be racist toward us and out here saying with your whole chest how you can't stand us. But then on the flip side, you want the black community to get out there in the streets and fight with you. Well, no, correction. You don't want black people to fight with you. You want black people to get out in the streets and shield you. So I'm confused. You don't like us, but yet you want our help. Oh, and for anybody that's interested, the Hispanic guy that harassed me on the job, he's now also a deputy. So yeah, he's out there on the streets with a badge and a gun. I don't know. I guess it's a double-edged sword. You've heard that saying that you would rather the devil that you know. I guess that's where I am. Because as disgusting as what Ashley Gonzalez said about black people, I guess it's a good thing that she put it out there on Front Street, because at least we know that she hates us. But so many Latinos, they like to play in our faces. They'll get up in your face and joke around with you. They'll hee and ha and kiki all day long with you. But as soon as we get something that they wanted or that they think we don't deserve, oh boy, it's a problem then. Because that was the situation with me and that Latino guy on the job. We weren't, quote, friends. I'll say we were friendly. You know, we used to talk and laugh, you know, when we worked the same shift. But as soon as I got that promotion over him, oh boy, the real him came out. And see, those are the ones that you got to watch out for. Because see, they'll skin and grin in your face all day long. But as soon as you get something that they want or that they think that you don't deserve, that's when you're going to see the real them. And again, get mad if you want. I don't care. This is my truth and I'm speaking it. And I know I'm not the only black person, male or female, that has experienced exactly what I'm talking about. The only thing that I hate is that I didn't go, because I could have. The only thing that's kept me from going to see about getting a lawyer and pressing and filing charges against him and putting his business and what he did to me out on Front Street, the only thing that stopped me from doing that then is because I was still new on the job. I just started working there in 2018 after Harvey, and all of this went down in 2019. So I'm still new on the job. I don't know anybody. Still learning how things work. But if this had been a little bit down the line, oh baby, I'd have brought all kind of charges against his ass. I'd have went and got Dr. Matthews, Quanell X, and whoever else I could have thought of to get. But that's okay, because God sees everything. And when I saw little bits and pieces, because like I say, I didn't sit and watch the whole video that Gonzalez chick put out. I wouldn't have been able to stomach it. All I saw was bits and pieces. And those few little bits and pieces that I saw, it brought back all of that crap that I put up with in 2019 and the entire 6 years that I worked at that place. And so this is specifically for my fellow black sisters. No matter where you work, if you are experiencing anything that I just talked about, make sure you document every last thing. Every little microaggression, any little thing that you hear that they might not think that you overheard, document it. I learned that when I was back in middle school. Write down everything. I still have all of the reports that I submitted to our then sergeant. I still have all of that in my possession, and I'm going to keep it. So my sisters, if you're experiencing anything that I just talked about, make sure you document every single thing. And don't take it to HR, because HR is not on our side. HR is there to protect the bosses. HR don't give a damn about the employees. I found that out. Go to If I remember correctly, I think it's the EEOC. Go to them. Don't go to HR, because HR ain't going to do shit. I can tell you that from personal experiences. They not going to do a damn thing. Hell, if you have to, take it to the news stations. But whatever you do, my sisters, don't let nobody bully you. Not no Latino person, not no white person, not no Asian person, hell, not even another black person. If you're one of those good people that all you do is clock in and go to your job every single day, go to work, do your job and mind your business, and somebody on that job is messing with you in any kind of way, make sure you write it down. And then don't let nobody know that you're writing it down, but you document everything. Write it down. Write what time it is when you wrote it down, and write down the name of the person that said it. You're going to thank me later. And man, I just love Dr. Matthews. She don't play about us. She got on HPD's ass, and she stayed on their ass until they fired Ashley Gonzalez. And I'm sure Ashley Gonzalez and her entire family, because for her to be so bold with what she said, with her hatred, I can guarantee you her mama and daddy feel that way, and all of her friends, whoever she hang around, I can guarantee you they feel the same way she does, for her to have said it so boldly. I'm pretty sure they called Dr. Matthews all kind of N-words and everything else. But that's all right, and I hope she don't get hired by another freaking police department. Not in the state of Texas or no damn where else. What is so wrong with being a decent human being? What good does it do to hate somebody else? And like I said at the beginning of this episode, sometimes I'm just at a loss for words, because I hate it when we have to have these kind of discussions. But you know what? These are discussions that need to be had. It's time out for sweeping shit up under the rug. It's time out for that. Hatred does nothing for you. A lot of people have learned in this fuck around and find out era that we've been in for the past year. A lot of people have found out that racism is expensive. What did a black person, or what have black people done to you where you hate black people so much? Tell me, what? And yet, whenever something goes down with the Latino community, the first thing they want to do is look over here towards black people. Why are you looking for people that y'all supposedly hate so damn much for help? Answer that question. Why are you always looking toward the black community for help? How come y'all don't ever look toward the Asian community for help? How come you don't ever look toward the white community? You know, them white people that y'all love so much. How come you don't ever look to them for help? And speaking of white people, it was kind of funny. I was scrolling on TikTok today. I think the white lady's name is Kim. I think, if I remember correctly. I could probably go back on there and find it, but I'm not finna do that right now. It's 4:15 in the morning. But there was a white lady on TikTok, and just like Ashley Gonzalez said what she said with her whole chest, this white lady said what she said with her whole damn chest. She got on TikTok and she said to Ashley Gonzalez and all of the rest of the racist Latinos that have a problem with black people. That's what she said. And she followed it up with saying that no matter how much white ass y'all kiss, you'll never be one of us. Now, this is not me. This is what the white lady was saying. She said, no matter how much white ass y'all kiss, you'll never be white. You'll never be accepted by us. You will never be one of us. And again, these are not my words. This is not Dietra D saying this. This was the white lady that said this. And I was like, I'm glad a white person said it. And I didn't see no Latinos in her comments talking shit to her either. Didn't see not a one. And you know something? I said at the top of this episode that I had gotten a little bit jaded with a lot of Latinos. But I can say this also, even though I have gotten a little bit jaded, I would never, ever walk my black, beautiful behind out into the world anywhere and mistreat somebody just because they were Latino. Because I'm not built that way. I wasn't raised that way. I've said it before on quite a few of my podcast episodes. I treat people the way I want to be treated. Now, unfortunately, everybody is not like that, as you can see. But yeah, that's just the way I'm built. As jaded as I have gotten with them, I still remember the days when I was growing up, where a lot of my friends were Latinos, and I remember the great times that we had. I remember days where we would skip classes. Hell, sometimes we skipped the whole damn school day and just go and kick it and have fun and just, Anyway, I just had to have this discussion and get that off my chest. And again, like I also said at the beginning of this episode, if any Latinos that hear this episode and you get mad about it, oh well, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not, but you'll be okay. Like I said, take the anger that you may or may not have felt listening to this episode. Take your anger and go and confront your racist brethren and sisters. Get off in their asses about their racism. Don't get mad at me for speaking my truth. I lived it, unfortunately. And going through all of the crap that I went through in the 6 years that I worked in that toxic work environment, it would have been real easy for me to just paint all Latinos with a wide brush. It would have been real easy for me to do that. It would have been real easy for me to just have a funky attitude with every Latino that I came in contact with. But like I said, I'm not built that way. I wasn't raised that way. It's just like a lot of other racist white people and racist Latinos and racist Asians that like to lump all black people together. I don't like it when racist people do that to black folks, so I'm not going to turn around and do it to the whole Latino community. Because I'm smart enough to know that even though, yes, there are some racist Latinos out there, there are still some good ones out there as well. But you good ones, y'all got to get your Ashley Gonzalez's that's in the community. You got to get them together. Because it's a lot of them, unfortunately. Get them together. Anyway, I'm done with this conversation. I said what I said. And this is Dietra D. Let me know what you think in the comments. I have thick skin. If you got something to say, say it. I'm always open to having a discussion as long as it's respectful. Anyhow, leave your comments. This is Dietra D. I will talk to you guys on the next episode of the Dietra D Show. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.